What to do, y'all? This is Courtney. I'm back again, and we're gonna talk about another one. I think this is the last one. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not the last one. And the Huluween Film Fest. This one is Haunting, Horrifying Sounds of the Dead. I'm gonna have the right title to when I put it down. Okay, this one I was kind of confused a little bit with this one. Shows this dude, he's like out in the desert somewhere, and he is recording sounds. You know how like TV shows, movies, or even podcasts, they have, typical sound of running water, sound of chewing, sound of whatever. Basically, that's what he's doing. So he brings these recordings and he brings it to his producer or whatever. It's this older cat, and he's telling them, I guess, that the sounds, anybody could do this. You could do a recording, a record, without even your name on it, and yada yada. And he said, I'm one of your biggest fans. And I'm trying to think, was he a pianist like his mother? Because his mother was a pianist, and the way it's going, she might have been well known. And I guess they trying to do like a album somewhat. A different sounds, like a seasonal album. You know how you have albums for different seasons. Halloween is a big one. Of wolves howling, witches cackling, and all that shit. Scary sounds. And so he was like, that's beneath him to do this shit and all that. But I'm like, well, dude, what the fuck was you doing in the beginning? So what I'm thinking is they must have time jumped a whole lot in this little short film. And so he's like, okay, if I'm to do it, I need full autonomy, full creative control of my shit. And so the dude like, you got it, bro. And so he, going through the motions, doing all the different, sound of stabbing, sound of bees, sound of flies on dead flesh, and things like that. And like he goes to visit his mother, and she's in like one of them head cages. It's that circular thing be on top of your head, and them screws being, I guess, to keep your head stationary and all that stuff, especially when you have neck or back trauma. And so he's talking about, his sounds, his music ain't shit, the things, it just ain't going like it's supposed to, and stuff like that. And so his mama starts flatlining. And unlike a motherfucker concerned ass fucking kid or person or human in general, he don't run and get the nurses and all that shit. This fool got his recording equipment with him. He records her last dying breaths, bruh. And I'm like, this, you do really? That's the way you want to go, bruh? That's your mama, bruh. And so, he records that. And so now show him walking down the street and all that stuff. And he bumping into people, and he is hearing his mother's voice. His mother's voice saying, how could you? And all that stuff. Bump into another dude. How could you? And so it's like she's haunting him. So he goes back to like his studio or whatever, and he's fucking with the tapes, his recordings. And I guess he go and listen back to one of them, and he could hear his mom's voice saying, how could you? So it cuts there. Next scene, he's hemmed up. So it shows like this microphone hanging from the ceiling wrapped around his neck. His hands are tied behind him, wrapped around with a microphone. And it looked like he trying to kill, finna hang himself or whatnot. And so there's this microphone that's is positioned facing him, and all of a sudden it's gonna catch. I guess gonna catch his last dying breath. And so you could hear his mama talking or whatever, and you could hear him saying "mother no" and all that shit. And then whatever he was standing on falls away, and he hangs, and he dies, and it's recording his last fucking, it's recording this shit. And so the scene cuts again, and it shows this old record player, and it's at these kids' Halloween party, and they are listening to this album. It's a completed album, but the last song that they are listening to, I think it's on side B, number 4, the last gas of a hanging man, and it's his hanging, and that's how it ends. It's so fucking weird. It maybe if I just know more about it, we know more of the background or whatever. It was decent. It was all right. I didn't too much care for it like the rest of them, so it's like my least favorite. But it's decent. You know what I'm saying? It's decent. So, we'll see you again for the next one. Hey.